it's on. All right, what is up, everybody? This is the War Eagle War Room. I'm Coleman, and Baxter is here with me, and we're going to be talking Auburn football and basketball here on this second edition of the podcast. So, a rough week in Auburn football, really rough week. We give up a 28-3 lead, Falcon style, but worse because it was unanswered. 40 unanswered.
Yeah,
that's just something you can't do in the SEC. Our starting quarterback goes down, starting kicker goes down, both out for the rest of the year. So pretty much one of the crappiest weeks, and everything riding on that game too. We had everything in front of us if we win that, especially since Ole Miss goes and takes care of business against Texas A&M. So it
we had to win first. That's all that mattered.
It kind of made it a little bit sting even more that Ole Miss actually went out and beat Texas A&M, which I thought they would. I don't think Texas A&M is good.
Yep. Miss would win.
So, I guess my first question about that Mississippi State game to you would be, who do you think collapsed more, the offense or the defense in that game? Because I've seen on Twitter, Auburn Twitter's in a battle about who collapsed more.
I think defense never adjusted.
Yeah.
I saw somebody was sitting somewhere end zone maybe.
Yeah.
They could see what the defense was running. First half defense was the exact same as second half defense. And Mississippi State ran the same play 10 times at least. A little 5-yard curl route that they can catch and then take it upfield for five more yards.
It's their run game. Just these dink and dunk stuff. And our game plan that we came out with did not work, and it wasn't adjusted at halftime, and it showed because his second half was better than his first half by a billion. In the first half, I don't even think we honestly didn't really keep it in check that much in the first half. They just didn't have the ball a bunch in that first half.
Right.
And when they did, they would capitalize and then just stop, kind of, and have to punt or something. And so we took care of business in the first half, but they didn't really have it that much. And that I knew that touchdown right before the half was actually going to be pretty key. That made it an 18-point game. I'll put it this way. I expected to beat Mississippi State, but I didn't think that it was going to I didn't like our secondary coming into this, like for whatever reasons everybody else did. I think that they've kind of been a weak link of that defense this year. I think our run defense is pretty solid. If you look at the Ole Miss game, Matt Corral actually was missing a lot of passes, like just overthrowing open guys.
But we also got pressure on him up the middle, forced him out. Which normally he's good when he gets out.
Half the time.
Yeah.
We at least had 4 people rushing them with send blitzes. Against Mississippi State, we give whatever his face is, Will Rogers, like 20,000 years to throw. And what does he do? He drops a 400 ball on us. So, I mean, you'd like to see your defensive coordinator that's been a head coach in the SEC make adjustments at halftime. And that's something he didn't do. So,
and he came in. He was a pretty good defensive coordinator too.
Yeah, and I still think he's a good defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I think that honestly, Mississippi State, they're a weird scheme. You're not playing anybody else like them. I think that could be the future of like football, though. And we're going to see more and more teams kind of take on this air raid style of using like screens and little out routes and stuff as more of the run game type deal here in the future. But I think that we didn't do anything to try to combat that when our adjustments. And so I'm with you. I think that it's the defense.
Yeah.
40 unanswered, though, that sounds really bad on the offense's part. So I guess I kind of want to hit on, I don't know, the offense. You can't expect the offense to score every possession. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I
But
feel
at least one every three probably.
I'd say that's fair. I don't think we did one every three there, but we all knew coming in that the offense wasn't the strong suit of this team, and the defense knew that too. And they're out here just getting torched. And to be fair, our offense actually didn't look terrible. That first half was amazing.
First half offense
First
was
half
the
offense,
best I've seen in a while.
peak Auburn. It was elite. And then the second half, it wasn't even like we went away. It was just kind of like they started scoring, and then we didn't finish a drive or something. We didn't go down when we ended up having to punt or something. But nobody really, you didn't see like the momentum shifting or anything until boom, all of a sudden it's like, what is happening here? And honestly, the offense kind of capitalized as soon as the like, what is really going on here? Bo then hits Javarius downfield for that big gain, and that's
He gets
where
hurt.
everything goes downhill from there. So he got up limping and stuff, and I didn't see anything, and I was like, huh. I thought it was nothing really. I mean, I think everybody.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I noticed it because I wasn't at the game. I was watching it on TV, and so the announcers were like, "Oh, he's limping a little bit," and I was like, "Okay."
I went back and watched it, but he was barely limping. He was barely limping.
Just a little bit. He like stood up and kind of looked around, and then just
He kind of stretched it out.
Yeah, and he went to the sideline after that possession and got. What happened that possession after we threw that? Did we miss a?
That was the blocked field goal, I think.
Yeah, we missed the field goal. For somebody that never didn't miss a kick all summer or spring or whatever that stat was, Anders has really not been super clutch down the thick of it. But honestly, he's had a lot of block kicks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that special teams needs to be worked up on. And we've seen a bunch of like fumbles on punts and stuff. It's something that didn't we also fumble a kickoff, but we recovered it? I think the first play of the game, Nehemiah fumbled.
Yeah.
Recovered it. Like,
yeah.
I haven't been real impressed with our special teams this year. And besides Oscar Chapman, he didn't have a good game this past game.
We lead the SEC in net punting.
He didn't have a good game this past game though, did he? I don't think so. I think I remember a bunch of like 40-yard punts. 40
Probably.
I don't think
so. It wasn't his best, but I don't know if it was his worst.
Yeah, it's hard to judge.
Yeah.
Anytime you have the punter out there, everybody's kind of annoyed anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just a position that unless he's downing it at the one, then everybody's like, whatever. But so as soon as our offense actually came alive, it came alive when it needed to, when we were down, 34-28 at that point or something, maybe?
Yeah, we were down a possession.
And so we come alive. Obviously, you want the touchdown, but we send it out for the field goal to make it 34-31. And I think that's fair because then do they get to 37? They go 37, don't they?
It was 37 at one point, I think.
Yeah. So we would have been down 37-31 if Anders makes the field goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 37-31.
Unbeknownst to us, Bo Nix is playing on like a snapped, shredded ankle. And so, but I'm trying to remember here what happens after that. I just think some unproductive drives.
We probably punted another time.
And it was another like not great punt. I think that we ended up in like a kind of a fourth and kind of pretty short, but also not good field position. So we went to punt, but it only got us like to like the 40-yard line or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And so it was pretty good field position for them. And
they had pretty good field position throughout the game.
I know. And that's something that another thing that I think special teams plays a big part of, and we didn't do a great job of that. And then it's somewhere in there we had a fake punt.
Yeah, and you know where we took that play from? Straight out of LSU the week before.
And it was
the same play threw into triple coverage, I think it was.
Yeah, they looked like they
knew it was coming.
I don't know if they knew that exact play was coming, but they knew. I
The
think
way
that
they defended it,
we
it's
should
almost like they knew.
we should have taken our chances. And with if we're gonna fake punt, I'd rather just gone for it with Bo
Yeah.
playing like he was, gimpy ankle or not. I think that we potentially get that first down when Kobe Hudson's out here making one hand 5-yard out catches. I think that we have solid chance.
Drop a quick slant somewhere in there.
Yeah,
This should would probably be open.
you would think so, especially with how we torched them all day. You know, Bo would have had 434 if that screen to Javarius hadn't been counted as a run. He'd have 434 and 3 touchdowns.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't even know they counted it as a run.
They did. So he has 377. If they count the other thing if they count that as a throw, he has 434.
That's crazy.
And
Rodgers ended with 400 plus.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number, but I just know
Dude,
that.
I don't think it was that much. I want to say he was in the 407 range, maybe.
Yeah, but keep in mind, all of his stuff is like 8-yard passes.
Right.
And so it's just a bunch of those. And they had good field position all game, like you said. So he wasn't driving 80 yards on us. And I think that if you make them and their offense have to go 80 yards through the air perfectly, 3 downs in a row, I think that's something that if we had done better, I think that we could have continued to. We won the field position battle that first half. That field position battle, and that's why you saw the lead be what it was, is because we were dominating field possession and they weren't able to get these drives starting from like the 25-yard line all the way up past midfield into field goal range and stuff and get momentum and confidence. And then this second half, they're starting at like the 40. And so it's something that we have to work on. But overall,
it was weird. It was definitely a weird game because normally your 11 o'clock games would be a slow start and then you find it after halftime. Well, this was a fast start and lose it after halftime.
It felt like that first half felt like Arkansas of what year was it? 56-3. Eli
20
jet sweep.
First play of the game, jet sweep. Yeah.
What year was that? Was that 2014 or was that 2016? I think it was 2016 because Nick Marshall was not there.
Yeah, Sean White was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was I think a lot
Nick
of that
Marshall was the 2014 game, but that was actually Jeremy Johnson's game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because he was suspended for the first half. Yeah.
And then everybody was Jeremy Johnson.
I think part of that 56-3 game was, I don't know if you remember, Arkansas was stepping on the AU to pregame.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't remember that? Yeah.
I don't think I remember that.
They came out of when they arrived and they came out and were just stomping on the AU.
Well, they got stomped on
so
play to last.
I think that was a lot of the 56-3 part of that.
They had some pent up anger there. So yeah, but just a really weird game against Mississippi State. But was that a 11 o'clock kickoff? I think is where I was going with that. Arkansas. I think that
I don't think so. I think it was probably a 3 o'clock.
Okay. I just remember it being daylight and Eli State like around the left edge.
I think it ended at night.
Okay.
I don't fully remember, but I remember it was daylight at one point. Just daylight to start the game.
Either way, inexcusable for the way we just collapsed in that game. And you can say that the offense collapsed, but I don't think that game was on the offense, especially when your quarterback's going for pretty much 434 and 3 touchdowns.
Right.
But that quarterback is now gone.
Yes.
So Bo Nix is out for the season with what even ankle is it? Is it his right ankle? Right ankle. What's the broken? That's just the official definition of it. Just a broken.
Just broken ankle.
And you hate to see it, especially since the way he's played. I don't think Texas A&M game was. I think that's an outlier. I think Georgia and Texas A&M have 2 of the best defenses in the nation, and I think he actually kind of lit up Georgia.
Definitely 2 of the best in the SEC. If not the 2 best
in college football, honestly. We lit up Georgia low key if the receivers caught the passes, but they didn't, so we didn't.
Yes, and a pass interference call goes our way at halftime because that changed the momentum.
If Shanker pulls in that first touchdown and then that halftime happens, that's 14 points right there instead of the 3 and maybe none that we got.
3 and none.
Yeah.
14 to 3.
That's angering. I don't even like talking about it. But so Bo Nix is done. Everybody had high hopes this year that this is the year that we get Alabama because he was focused in having fun, and now he's focused in on the bench because of an injury. So TJ Finley is going to be the guy moving forward.
Should be a fun rest of the season.
It should be. South Carolina should be fun, at least, maybe. And unless maybe his LSU experience playing South Carolina means that South Carolina has experience playing him and they know what to expect now.
Yeah, I mean, he went 17 for 21 with receivers that were not his starting receivers.
Yeah. Was Butte not playing in that game?
Well, I don't think – was he starting last year?
I don't know. I think
remember they
came on towards the end of the year.
They had Chase opt out beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then they just had people getting hurt.
I think that Butte may have probably played, but I don't think he wasn't a household guy till the end of the season.
I don't even remember who their top receiver was against us.
Yeah, neither do I.
mean,
so
they didn't perform well, but
no, and I think LSU's kind of in a sad state right now. But
correct. TJ didn't perform well either.
So TJ gets this start against South Carolina last year at LSU because Miles Brennan goes down and is out for the season, I guess.
Yeah, it was
season.
It was the season.
And so TJ gets that start, tears up South Carolina, and it's kind of like a talking point coming into the Auburn game next week. It's like, TJ, this guy, 6'7", 260 pounds, he's about to go eat y'all's defense alive. Not the case, 48-11, and he's benched at like after half or before half or at half.
I think it was probably mid-third quarter.
Okay. For Max Johnson, who actually looks decent.
Yeah.
You know, all left-handed quarterbacks, they either look terrible or they look like they're just insanely accurate. But Max Johnson looks like he's kind of a beast, but he's kind of not. He kind of is. TJ did not impress me. I didn't watch the entire South Carolina game. I've seen highlights and stuff of it, but
I haven't seen any of it, so I don't know what he did against him.
I watched the whole Auburn game.
Yes.
TJ looked awful.
No, he was horrible. It
was really, really bad. Like, he threw a pick six directly to, who was it? Was it Pritchett?
Pritchett or Puckett, one of the two.
I think it was Pritchett last year.
Or was it Simpson?
No, it wasn't Simpson. I think it was Pritchett.
It was Pritchett.
And then Tut gets like.
No, should have been a pick six, but he stepped out of the two. He got knocked out, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Or no, wait, did Smoke have one?
Smoke didn't have one.
I remember he had TJ had the fumble that Christian Tut took back.
Christian Tut scored.
What is one of his okay plays at Auburn?
Yeah. One of few.
One of the plays, probably the play everybody will remember.
Yeah.
From him, other than his blown coverages.
And didn't he do something good against Ole Miss? Maybe right before
I think he had a pick six. I don't remember.
I don't know. I wasn't a Christian Tut guy. And if you were, then
don't know who was other than his family and friends.
Glad he went pro.
I don't know where he is.
He didn't. Glad he went pro to
disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah. I wish he would have made it pro and been good, but
yeah.
Sucks to suck. I think Zion Puckett's the new Christian Tut for me, but that's a different story. I'm not a
haven't decided who mine is.
It's Puckett. The dude.
I'll take your word for it.
His attention to whatever guy he's guarding is honorable, except half the time it's a run play, and that guy's just faking him by just kind of running a route. And so he's just watching this guy while the running back runs right by him. But
That's about right.
it's happened multiple times. So expectations for Finley coming into the South Carolina game.
Don't have many. Don't have many.
You don't have many. Okay. I don't have many either. I don't think he's gonna play bad.
I don't either. Now,
I don't.
If this was, I don't know, LSU, A&M, somebody good, then I'd be scared. But I think we'll be fine.
I think that I didn't want him to start against LSU.
I didn't either.
Already a Bo guy, and even if the writing was on the wall for Bo and Finley was going to need a start, I don't think that would be the game for him to start.
This might be the game.
First start being LSU. Even if Bo wasn't the guy and the writing was on the wall at that time, I think that had been too much for Finley starting his first game.
He was gonna try to be the Heisman winner that week.
Because that was he had just been a hero the week before, and he's coming back to the team that he just transferred from where he was beat out.
And when he tries to play hero ball, he is not good.
We saw it last week against Mississippi State. He tried to do some hero.
He thought he was playing
play
basketball, I guess, throwing a bounce pass to the receiver.
Yeah,
and then
he did that against Akron too. He threw some curl routes that just were ground balls to.
His point of release is not the best. He's got a short. He goes back real short. He doesn't go all the way back.
Yeah,
but it's a quick release.
Yes, and I think that he can stand in the pocket pretty well. But
he can see over the line too, probably.
If he would stay in the pocket, he keeps on. He's not the most. He's not. But
he's athletic, and he could get out and run people over.
Yeah,
but I think he's Cam Newton, but he's not.
I think he thinks that he can be Cam Newton, and he's not.
I think he wants to be like Bo.
He definitely. That's when I was like, "What is he doing?" When he turned around in the pocket.
Yeah, he tried. He wanted
going backwards.
He tried to have his LSU play.
It worked for Georgia State. He went backwards against Georgia State, but
that's not an SEC defense.
That's not Mississippi State and Georgia State. They're two different states. So I wasn't a big fan of the turnaround Finley. I
will say, have you noticed everybody's kind of worried now that TJ's a quarterback, even though they wanted him earlier?
Yeah. All the people that were the TJ supporters, everybody four season's done. It's like, okay, this is the guy that y'all called for.
We want TJ chance in the student section.
Could not be.
We're gonna be we want Bo chant.
I definitely.
I feel like Bo and a boot might be better than TJ.
I feel like I think Demetrius Davis would be better than TJ.
Okay. Do you think we see him play this week?
I want to.
I do too. But
I want
Parson said that as of Monday there was no communication about that, which
I know.
Don't know how much I believe of that.
Yeah, I think Harsin likes trying to be this guy that.
I feel like every week there's conversation of TJ playing, so rather than not be conversation of Demetrius Davis playing.
Yeah, I think that Harsin doesn't want anything distracting TJ out in the media.
No, he'll start. Obviously, he'll start.
Yeah, and so I think that there's definitely been discussion because he came.
At least as of right now, there's been discussion.
It sounds like a prepared answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, hey, what if Demetrius Davis plays this week? No, we haven't even discussed that yet. And so that sounds like something that he had planned and prepared. Where if he was asked about Demetrius Davis,
no, Gus would have come out and said, "Oh yeah, he'll play this."
Yeah, and I
like Harsin for that. I like Harsin for that.
I like even if that means me as a fan doesn't get to hear who gets to do what. I'd rather keep everything in-house and
then if we don't know, the other team doesn't know.
Yeah. If the people that are doing their best to figure out all of these things don't know what's happening, then I don't think the other team's going to know either when they're just focused on the film and who's
I did see earlier, a little bit ago, that
on
the
his
quarterback depth chart. No, the quarterback depth chart right now
Okay.
is obviously TJ's 1 right now. I think it was a depth chart. It's just the order of quarterbacks that Harsin listed in his press conference. Grant Lloyd was number 2.
Yeah. I
And
heard
then
that.
Demetrius was 3rd, and then Trey Lindsey was 4th, and then Sawyer Pate's 5th.
Okay.
But
I'm here
I
for
don't know
Trey
that I
Lance
like.
Sawyer Pate starting quarterback battle.
Yes.
That's what I want to see.
Well, and Harsin said, he kind of praised Trey Lindsey this week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We might see him. Who knows?
I think that'd be cool. That'd be a
It
story.
would
And
be.
South Carolina's quarterback or one of their
They got a grad transfer
like
to
a
start
grad-
the season.
Yeah, he was like
Is he starting this week?
grad assistant or something like that.
Like they had a coach playing for him.
He was like the grad assistant QB coach. And all of a sudden it's like,
Like, did y'all pick this man up off the street?
hey, I know, like
Somebody check
may
his
as well go ahead and
eligibility.
start Trey Lindsey against them. But those Sawyer Pate and Trey Lindsey, I'm not sure either of their stats from high school, but I remember seeing them and they were both like
Trey, I do know Trey was good in high school.
what do you know the stats? It was like 40 touchdown type guys.
He
Like-
went pretty good.
They like insane numbers.
Yeah.
And they played both in pretty high classification Alabama football, didn't they?
Yeah,
And
I'm pretty sure. 5 at least.
football is not
No.
it's pretty good stuff.
I mean,
So
Alabama high school football, you can blow a 10-point lead in 18 seconds.
yeah. So
Thank goodness we don't have that coach anymore.
Auburn High School. But I don't think that TJ Finley will play bad. I think that
No. And I think we rely more on the running game,
yeah.
but he'll get his fair chances of throwing the ball.
Speaking of the running game, what do you attribute Jarquez Hunter's kind of decline in production to? Is it because of
I think Tank's finally healthy.
playing? What?
I think Tank's finally healthy. I think we saw that against Mississippi State in the first half.
Yeah, he looked like his old self, and that was.
I'd even say
It wasn't fully his old self, but it looked
Right,
enough like
right.
it that
it wasn't. It was a little.
it was
It was some
awesome.
glimpses of last year Tank.
It was like yes, that's
And I'd even say against A&M, he looked healthy.
yeah.
Now we didn't do much, but
We did not, but the line
him himself
himself
looked good.
and all those guys for A&M, but
Yeah.
but Jarquez, and in my mind, his big outputs came against teams like Akron, Alabama State, and I'm not knocking him. I think he's
Right. Give him next year and he'll be okay.
yeah.
Now I think this game Shivers got more playing time than Hunter did.
He did, and I actually agreed with it because I think Shivers, for how much I love Hunter and Tank combo, I think Shivers sometimes in certain games is the better fit.
Yes, it depends who we're playing.
Because Tank and Jarquez they're not the same type of runner, but because Tank's more one cut, Jarquez is more just pure power, and then Shivers is speed, but for whatever reason thinks he's power and sometimes is power.
Xavier McKinney found that one out.
Yes, he did. His helmet's still flying. I like a little bit more Jarquez against South Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
I think that Shivers is more of an Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M type of guy because
I think he's more of the big game running back.
Not because of the inexperience of Jarquez, but just the style runner he is compared to Tank. I think that the switch up of that is something that those defenses aren't really prepared for. And I think that you want to ride Tank in those games rather than riding a mix of Tank and Hunter and then throwing Shivers.
When Shivers catches the ball on third downs, I like it.
I do too.
What he hit with 3 for 3 against LSU on those?
Yep, he did ball
though,
and then he caused a pick against Georgia.
Yeah, but in the LSU game, he took a 3rd and 8 check down pass, made one defender miss, and got the first down.
Is that the one he bobbled though? I think that's the one he bobbled. And
Yeah, it was
bobbled
back
it into like
inside the. Was that the one? Because this was
it was
like
the one way
inside
down
the
at the end of the.
10 or 15 inside the other.
It was the one like we had to mount a drive, and he kept the drive alive early.
We ended up getting a touchdown on that one, I think.
Yes, sir. I think we did.
I don't think it was Bo's play, the Bodini play.
No, it wasn't that drive. I'm trying to think.
I don't even remember the touchdowns from that game.
Later drive. The Bodini happened kind of like one of the earlier touchdowns.
It was first or second quarter, or late, or it was early second if it was second quarter.
I think that the Shivers thing was maybe late third or fourth quarter.
Now was that was the game winning drive?
It may have been. It may have been because
I think it was
that being a massive play in the game that we picked up the first down there.
He had a third down conversion that was massive, but I don't remember which drive it was.
I think he may have had multiple third, but the one we're talking about, the one where he bobbles, then shakes a guy, and then still gets there. That one was like I think the clutch one.
Yeah.
So he can make plays.
And I think we'll definitely see all three, but I don't know which order.
Of the running backs. I think we'll.
Who would you rather? Obviously, Tank starts. Who would you rather see come in first, Tank or not Tank, Hunter or Shivers?
I think that it depends on the situation, but I think that we maybe would see Jarquez first after Tank, because I think that this is the type game where you don't want to wear Tank down right before Bama, and so that's why
and we did that before Penn State. That was when he got hurt, was against Alabama State.
Yep.
And he wanted to come in, but Harsin wasn't letting him.
And I think that the pattern I've noticed is Shivers has played more against these bigger teams, these bigger name schools, because of the fact that Tank and Jarquez have more of a similar run style, and they're not and then Shivers is the change of pace. So you can't be running these two and then Shivers over here in these big games. You would rather establish Tank. That way he's not having to split carries plus him when these carries and these plays mean so much more because you're in a dogfight with another top tier school. And so I think that's why we don't see as much Jarquez in these big games. Not to say that this South Carolina game is not a big game. I think it's actually a very big game for
South Carolina is going to be a better game than people think it will be.
Yes.
And South Carolina, easy win.
It's not because
even if Bo was quarterback, it'd still be a good game. Yes. It's not because TJ's in there.
Yeah. And I think the offense isn't going to look as good, but that's not to say that I didn't think it would look great with Bo. I think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done both ways. And it's just sad that Bo's been kind of starting to click and you've been kind of starting to see it. And then as soon as we start to see it, he goes out for the rest of the season. Especially since we kind of found the guys that can take the top off of defenses. With Javarius in this past game, I loved him.
Kobe.
But Kobe and Javarius, they proved themselves, and Shanker yet again, they proved themselves to be the guys that we can go to. And we haven't seen any Javarius deep stuff since like Akron or maybe Alabama State. I don't know.
He had Arkansas.
Arkansas.
He had the 37-yard touchdown.
I remember that now.
First touchdown, first drive of the game.
Yep. Was it? I don't know if it was the same play or not. It was the same style type thing where he was open on that deep ball against Mississippi State this past week, the kind of way that he was open, but it was like the opposite side of the field. So Arkansas is this way. He was that way.
Arkansas, he came back to the left.
Yeah. And on Mississippi State, he was towards the right when he caught it. But
I think we'll see a big running game. I saw a stat before this that South Carolina gives up 199 rushing yards per game against SEC teams. So they're giving up 200 yards rushing against SEC teams.
We better take absolute advantage.
And they've given up 10 rushing touchdowns to the SEC teams.
I think
And how many games was it? 7 SEC games now? 6,
so. You play
7.
all six other teams in your division plus like the one from
You're
the
one at East. You're one opposite division rival, and then another one
and then you're
alternates.
so how many have we played? 6 so far? Yeah. No. Yeah, we played 6 games so far, and so we have 2 SEC ones left.
Yeah, we've played 6. Georgia, LSU, Arkansas, Ole Miss, State, A&M. Don't think we're missing anybody. Bama's at the end of the season.
Yeah. I think that. Well, no. What do you think? If
I
Auburn,
will say their passing game, their passing defense, amazing. They're ranked 14th in the country. They give up 186 yards a game passing.
let's see if Mr. Finley proves. I want him to prove us wrong.
I definitely do.
Proven me wrong. I know that he has talent and could do it, but I
don't hate the man.
Neither do I. And if he's better than Bo,
I'd rather have Bo at quarterback.
Yeah,
but
I'd rather have Bo too.
Just like TJ.
It's not because I think that. It's not because I'm like a Bo only type of guy. Don't get me wrong. I love Bo, but if TJ was better, then I would want TJ in the game. It's because I'm Auburn.
We've figured out that he is not better.
Yes.
Now, let him go out this week and practice with the first team reps and prove that.
Yeah.
And show us on Saturday.
Yes.
And I'll be happy.
Yeah. If he shows that he's better, and keep in mind that this is South Carolina. And so if he does go off, it's going to create an interesting
if he goes off, that'll be good. But wait till next week.
Yeah.
That's his real test is next week.
Let's say if he goes, all right, for fun here, let's say he goes off the rest of this season. We went out with him as our starter. What happens this next off season? Now we have Bo Nix coming back. Demetrius Davis.
Depends if Bo comes back. Then if Bo comes back, Holden's coming in. 4-star quarterback. Should be 5-star, but he won't get that because he's coming here.
And DD.
Yeah. But if any of those 4, Holden will transfer. He's coming in. So if any of the 3 here now, so Grant Loy leaves. He's a senior. I'm pretty sure he's not taking his COVID year because he doesn't even play.
Yeah.
Unless he's supposed to signal in to play another year, then he'll stay.
Yeah.
But he'll leave. Bo will be a senior next year. TJ's a junior next year.
Yeah, he's a sophomore now.
Davis will be a sophomore. Or no, redshirt freshman. Holden will be a freshman. And then you've got Trey Lindsey will be a senior.
I'd say Holden's
redshirt. And then what's Sawyer? What's Sawyer be?
Sawyer's only a sophomore or freshman.
Is he our age?
I think so. I think
so. If any of the scholarship quarterbacks were to leave, Grant Lloyd's leaving, I'm pretty sure. I think, much as I hate to say it, I think Davis leaves.
Really?
If. Did
you see what he put on his story?
He did say, did you notice he took everything out of his bio and deleted all of his Auburn pictures until he posted yesterday? Because didn't his bio used to say about Auburn football quarterback or something? I'm sure there was something in there. As of right now, let me go look. As of earlier today, there was nothing in there in his bio about it. And he deleted all of his Auburn pictures.
Go look at his story right now.
He deleted it. I went to look. He deleted it.
Oh, go look at
I saw it. So
yeah.
That's why I went to check, but he deleted it. But he has no Auburn posts other than from Saturday of him, not Tiger Walk, walking on the field in his outfit from Tiger Walk. So that's why I'm thinking maybe, but then he came out and said, "Oh, I'm not leaving. Don't believe that."
Yeah. And so I think this is the best case scenario though. We're acting like it's the worst
case. They all come back.
the best case scenario is TJ goes off, and that's what
Yes.
that was what I think is
Had Bo. Okay, so
causing
before Bo got hurt, if Bo came back after this year, I think TJ would have left.
Yes.
But with Bo getting hurt and TJ
Now-
getting his chance finally,
Now, if TJ doesn't play
stays.
good, though, I think TJ is gone.
if TJ plays like crap against South Carolina and gets replaced by whoever, hopefully
I
Davis.
think it would be Grant Loy for whatever reason. I feel like that feels
Really?
like a Gus thing. Gus would totally Grant Loy if TJ doesn't play good.
Gus would, because he had more interceptions than touchdowns at Bowling Green. But go ahead.
And he would leave Davis on the bench, and it would
He would leave his best quarterback available on the bench to
It would
put in.
infuriate the fan base, and somehow I would try and find a way to stick up for Gus. I would manage to do it, but it would pain me to do it.
And
But
then you'd catch crap for it.
yeah, and I would probably create like a solid argument, like you don't want to blow the red like that. You're not even blowing the red shirt at this point. But either way,
Wait. What year is Grant Loy?
Grant
Senior?
was senior.
Okay, that's right. I was thinking, no, yeah, he is a senior. Or is this his COVID year?
He's either a senior or this is his COVID year.
Either way, it's his last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think that he'd come back anyway. But the best case is TJ does go off and we beat South Carolina, Alabama, and win bowl game. So
Crazier things have happened.
they indeed have.
2013.
Yes. 2017 almost.
17.
Yeah.
2019 Iron Bowl.
2010.
Can't even make a field goal, Bama.
Nope. So they don't a few weeks from now. All right. Let's hope that we make them make field goals a few weeks from now. Yet they missed them. But
Well, he was on the streak of making all his field goals. He hadn't missed a field goal until a couple weeks ago. He was perfect up until
had that streak going into the game, the Auburn game.
because he would have for sure been due that game.
Yeah, it's kickers.
And he would have thought about the game for 2019.
He would have.
Same kicker or no? No, that was Bolivis.
Yeah, that guy was.
Don't even know where that man is anymore. Probably with Christian Tutt.
Christian Tutt and Bolivis they're fielding.
They're roommates. Him and Kyle Frazier.
Oh yeah. Jeremy Johnson's the quarterback. They still have Kyle Frazier at wide receiver down there.
Yeah. And I don't know. Chad Morris is probably the offensive coordinator for him.
Offensive coordinator Chad Morris. Defensive coordinators.
I'm sure they're all on their way to UCF.
Defensive coordinators Brian Van Gorder from 2012.
Oh,
Scott
the best.
Leffler's our.
We need to bring him back. He was the best we ever had.
Yeah. Gene, what was Gene Chiswick? Gene Chiswick just didn't want to be there after 2000.
God, 3-9.
Let me bring in Scott Leffler and
He said,
Gorder.
Cam may come back in 2011. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we'll go 8-5. Well, who's our
Trotter, and now it's going to be the Clint Mosley. Was Barrett Trotter a senior? Did Barrett Trotter play in 2012? No.
There's no way. It had to have been
He didn't.
CJ or Clint Mosley.
Clint Mosley.
Him and Kyle Frazier probably split reps.
Did he?
I have no idea. I made that up. I don't know.
I have the poster of the 22. I have the 2012 poster.
Why? You need to get that thing framed and put in a museum.
No,
Special year.
it doesn't look like he's not on the poster. I got Emory Blake, Lutz, Trevante Stallworth, Ontario McCaleb. That's not
Special
bad
year.
guys. Jonathan Evans. Those guys were solid. Darren Bates.
Special year.
That team just underperformed so
I
much.
don't understand what happened that year.
Scott Leffler, Brian Van Gorder. Scott Leffler came from like some weird that offense wasn't the system. And that was the year right after Michael Dyer had left. Or did he leave that season?
Oh,
No.
well, he didn't leave.
Got kicked off. I think it was 2011. Michael Dyer was on pace.
Because
back in college.
he was a freshman in 2010. He was one of the best recruits in that class.
Yep.
And then
Him and like Marcus
made bad
Blackmore,
choices. Yeah, made some bad choices.
and started off insanely hot in 2011, like dominant is well all I remember from it was like 40-yard touchdown after 40-yard touchdown run. But the bad choices got to him and he just kicked off. Okay.
Going back to the South Carolina defense, their rushing defense though is very inconsistent.
Yeah.
They gave up 288 to Missouri last week,
Okay.
but then they held Florida to 82.
All right. Florida's an interesting one though.
Yeah, Florida's kind of irrelevant this year.
But then they randomly 2-point conversion away from Bama where they decide to.
Well,
they do.
Florida can celebrate beating Stanford all they want to. It's a big win these days for them.
Yeah, they the celebration of the Samford win.
I don't know why Dan Mullen's still there.
No, I don't either.
I'm not real sure. I'm not real sure Grantham was the problem.
I don't think so either. So they'll probably fire.
All I'm saying is they held South Carolina to 40, but then gave up 52, 50, whatever it was to Samford without him.
They held South Carolina to 40.
Yeah.
Real good defensive performance there to hold them. But
that was crazy.
I think that I think we'll beat South Carolina, but I think it's going to be probably a pretty tense
first half. First half will be close. I don't even know. I really have zero expectations going into this game.
So do I. I think that it's going to be a tense and weird feeling first half.
And I don't even know about our field goals, like special teams.
Neither do I. And
normally I'd feel confident, but with not even knowing who the kicker is, it could be Ben Patton. I don't know who it is.
Some good pre-show, like looking up real fast to create a name. Not a created name. He's real.
As far as we know.
I hope Ben Patton watches this and is like one of our few viewers. But
hope he goes crazy.
Yeah.
Game-winning kick.
We're the original Ben Patton supporters, and so
hop on the Ben Patton bandwagon if you want to.
Yeah, because we're already on it, and so
I say this is just a walk-ons game. I don't know if he's a walk-on or not, but I say this is a walk-on game right here. Let the walk-ons play.
Yep, let the walk-ons or let the Demetrius Davis so he doesn't transfer play.
He said he's not going to. His Instagram says otherwise.
Do we believe?
His story says he's not. The rest of his Instagram says otherwise.
Honestly, so far, anytime anybody does that, it's always like 3 weeks later, and then they're like on a bus to probably Alabama to be their starting quarterback after Bryce.
He'll go back to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I'd hope he would. Speaking of Virginia Tech, they just fired
their coach.
Yeah. And he was like 43-31. That's not a terrible record.
Well, all I'm saying is LSU fired their coach after a win. Yes, he's finishing the season out, but they destroyed Florida and he got fired the next day.
Yeah.
So
put up like 50 on
coaching these days is weird. So is officiating, but we won't get into that.
Firing. I'm not a big Coach O guy. I don't know. I'm a big Burrow, Jamar Chase, Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
Justin Jefferson
type guy, but not a big Coach O guy.
Not a big officials fan either, but we won't talk about that.
Targeting, TD Moultrie.
They sent plays in. Probably one of them.
I'm glad.
Now, I haven't seen a ruling of that, but
did you see that Missouri play? Missouri, it was like a highlight, and all in like the comment section on that was that's the same play that just happened at Auburn, but they weren't. Missouri had like a sack, fumble, touchdown, same exact hit. Like the guy kind of jumps like
face mask to face mask,
and it was a fumble 6. No call. Auburn game call first down. Mississippi State.
Let's see. There was I've never seen more targeting calls in a game in my life.
Oh, yeah.
There was
someone on-
Kobe got his head about taken off, but that wasn't targeting. There was
That was the game before. That's Texas A&M.
let's see, Kobe got his head taken off. That wasn't targeting. TD Moultrie, face mask to face mask. That was not targeting, but was. The play Honors got hurt on. He got hit in the head. It was targeting. What was the other one?
I'm trying to think here. Was it on us?
Probably.
I feel like that there was one that was reviewed and wasn't.
That was the shot to Kobe's head.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen a more obvious targeting call in my
I know,
life.
neither have I. And you'd have been really mad if you watched the announcers. They're like, I think that's a good no call. It's like, I don't. I think that was an awful no call.
I mean,
Like,
if
you're doing all this talk about what targeting is and isn't, and you're explaining the rule. And as I'm watching it, it's the definition of the rule.
my dad was not watching the game at the time, he was in the car listening to it on the radio. I don't know what Andy Burcham and Stan White were watching, but apparently dude was going for the ball, so it wasn't targeting. Don't know what they were watching. Not our game.
If you hit somebody in the head, it's
First of all,
going for the ball
he
or
was
not, I never heard unless they're going
yes,
for the ball.
let him go for the ball. Kobe's defenseless in that case.
Yeah.
Definition of targeting. Hit in the head, targeting. So
And like how there's not an asterisk next to the rule where they're
if
ball, it's not targeting.
if a shoulder to the back is targeting, crown of the helmet to a defenseless player in the head is targeting.
Yes. 100% agree. And making a stop on the goal line against Penn State's not targeting either. But
No.
Tebow
I felt bad.
Auburn,
I felt bad. So Kobe, if you're watching this, I felt bad for you. Saw you crying in the end zone.
Yeah.
Thank you for loving Auburn that much.
It was definitely a tragic game. Number 13 for Mississippi State couldn't handle any of y'all though. So I don't even know.
Go make a TikTok.
Nobody knows his name.
No, I had to look up to see if dude had one grass stain on his knee patch. I thought he fell down in the grass trying to make shit look like it so he could do that after the game. But dude gave up a 40-yard play the first play of the game and then gave up a touchdown. Dude scared to tackle.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really soft guy all the way around to
Looked up his stats. He only had 3 tackles.
Making TikToks automatic soft. Second of
Looked up
all,
he had 3 total tackles the whole game, so don't know where he was.
not in the secondary because 434 yards given up. So
You know who didn't trash talk this game?
Really what?
You know who decided to keep their mouth shut this game?
Who?
Martin Emerson.
Martin Emerson. Yeah.
Dude,
He learned.
he got burned. He might have been the one guarding Kobe on that one-handed touchdown. I can't remember. He got burned for a touchdown. Don't remember which one it was.
That was so annoying. I went to the Mississippi State game last year at State. I was like so annoyed watching that. Like I saw it live.
I knew that was coming. Watching it on my couch, I said, Bo, you're throwing this ball to Seth, and it's going to be a touchdown.
The guys in front of me, the Mississippi State fans in front of me, they got so mad when they saw Seth. And I was like, are you guys literally not watching what this guy's doing? This guy was all in his face like 4 plays in a row before.
Like Anthony Schwartz coming over at the end had nothing to do with the play. He just came over to talk trash.
Yeah. Like, come on. Fans only see what they want to see, but not Auburn fans.
It was so nice not hearing cowbells at that game Saturday. But I got to hear whistles all the time from the refs. So
they not
really
allowed
matter.
to bring cowbells to away games?
Well, you see, you have to go into a metal detector. So I'm sure that cowbell doesn't go through a metal detector.
What happens at their games then? There's just no metal.
They don't have those. Their metal detectors ignore those.
They do one of these numbers right here. You put it over it, you walk through, hands up.
Well, there is a basket at ours that you put, or at least in the student section. I don't know about the rest of it. You put your stuff in the basket and it goes down the table and you walk through.
Yeah, that's how it is everywhere else.
So they probably put theirs in that basket.
Yeah, the cowbell in the basket. I was confident about the Alabama game this year. I don't know why.
Oh,
After
going
the
into this
Ole Miss
game,
I felt like we were winning this Iron Bowl.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought we were gonna beat Georgia.
I kind of did too. I
told my friend before the game. He said, "What you think's gonna happen?" I said, "We're gonna win." Did you think so? I said, "Yeah."
To be fair,
No, I didn't think we were gonna win by. I figured it would be like a 5-point win or something.
To be fair, I never am. You're probably never going to catch me predicting a straight up Auburn loss. If I predict a loss, I would predict a win score if we won type of score and a if we lost type of score.
You might catch me predicting a loss next week. We'll see.
In that case, I'd give a if we win, this will be the score. If we lose, this will be.
If we win, it'll be because of this.
Yes. If we
lose, I gotta see how TJ performs first.
Yeah, I think
and if Davis plays.
This South Carolina game, I think that's gonna do a lot for how I feel about how good we do against Bama or not. And I don't think you have to change the offense so much.
No, I'm sure there's a couple of things you might have to change, but they're both mobile quarterbacks. I don't think you got to change the offense that much.
Maybe not any RPOs of TJ keeping it and like running,
unless it's like a 3rd and 1.
Yeah. But I don't think any just like straight up pure, maybe like first and 10.
You're not going to see a 2nd and 13.
If I see a 1st and 10 read option and get behind the stick early, because I don't think he's getting more than 2.
I wouldn't be don't be surprised. There probably will be some.
But
I would love to see more deep shots. Maybe not this week.
I think
I don't know. I don't know if I trust.
If there's one thing that you could knock about Bo Nix this year, it's been the way his deep ball looks, and it's been ever since Penn State. Like it's kind of like high and floaty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that he got his shoulder kind of banged up against Penn State, maybe.
Well, you saw him get up and kind of rub it.
Yeah, doing that, and then the rest of that game, it was like
that game. They were definitely high, but being at the games, I haven't really paid attention to it, so I don't know what it looks like on TV.
I've been to 2 games this year, and I actually haven't noticed.
You can't tell when it's in person, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't really pay attention to it when I rewatch the games.
But in that Arkansas game, that deep ball to Demetrius, which was the touchdown, it was a good throw. It was accurate, but it was a little wobbly and floaty in the air. But
that's who needs to have a game this week.
Who Demetrius? He
hadn't had a game in a while.
Did he have a big drop? I think he had a big, or was that A&M? All these games are running together.
Probably A&M. No, there was if it was A&M, it was in the first half because there was no deep shot taken in the second half of the A&M.
No, not a deep shot that like an across the middle 17-yarder or something like that. That was like a kind of.
It might have been this game.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that drop against Penn State where he was in the middle and he like jumped and like tried to catch it and didn't come down with it.
That was this game. He did the same thing. Mm-hmm. He jumped, hit him in the shoulder pads and went down.
And that
was second half, I think.
It was a big play. It may have been right before fake punt.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
It may have been early to mid 3rd quarter.
I feel like putting it before fake punt just to make me even angrier about that. But I had a topic and I forgot it. So we won't worry about it. Any final thoughts on football before we move basketball?
Should be an interesting game. I have no expectations. Just gonna sit back and watch.
Do you have any? Do you expect to win?
At the moment,
this
yes.
Is so sad.
At the moment, yes.
Kind of. Do you expect to win? South Carolina edition.
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
But
I expect
not big. Not.
I don't expect
10 points at the most.
I'd be thoroughly pleased with a 10 to 14 point victory against this team.
I don't think. What's the line? I don't even know what it is.
Not sure either. I feel like yeah. Not sure.
I know we are the favorite.
It
I
may
know
have been
that
like
much.
7.
Is it 7.5?
I think something like that.
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah. I'd be very pleased with a 14-point win. If that's like, I'm talking very pleased. I think that
Okay, so the spread's 7.5. You taking the over or under?
I'm taking over. I think that we do beat them by 10. I'd like to beat them by 14, and I'd like
Okay.
to look good throughout. But
You
I feel like
taking-
it'd be a choppy win.
You taking the over under for the total at 44.5.
I'm trying to think of what my final score prediction would be. That way I can do the math there.
I don't even have a final score prediction.
Neither
Not
do
even gonna
I.
lie.
44.
Yeah, that's
I
don't know.
That's a bit.
South Carolina gives up 24.4 a game.
Okay, but are we giving up 20? If it's 44, it'd be 20.
Wait, this says South Carolina gives up 23.5. We give up 31.6. Oh no, I'm sorry. They give up 24.4. We give up 22. But we score 31.6 to their 23.5.
Give me Auburn probably around, I want to say 23. South Carolina, I want to give 13. I think that we'll beat them by 10. 23-13 Auburn. Ooh, that's putting a lot of points on the kicker, though. Are we kicking? Scratch that. I don't.
We going for 2 every time.
I don't even
No,
know.
sorry, Ben Patton. Ben Patton, we trust you. Ben Patton, we trust you. Ben Patton, we trust you.
Ben Patton, you know what? I'm rolling with
We're
Ben
winning
Patton twice from field goal range.
twice.
So
I'm
actually,
giving him 3.
times. That would be 3.
I'm giving him 3.
That'd be 3 if I keep it at 23.
I'm not even gonna try to predict scores, like touchdown wise, like I did for Ole Miss, where I was 2 for 4.
You were solid.
That was pretty spot on.
That was pretty accurate. I'll give you that. I think that we get to 14 with touchdowns.
How much are we up at halftime, or are we up?
I want to say, I don't think we give up a point the second half. I want to say they get all 13, and we're down 13-10 at half, and the Auburn fan base is ready to lose its mind. And then we win 23-13. I foresee offensive adjustments and defensive adjustments.
I'm gonna just roll with you on these. Not even gonna try.
These are all created right on.
I will say, TJ, you're probably not listening, but if you are, please do not throw to Jalen Foster.
Jalen Foster.
He is South Carolina's defensive back, former walk-on with 5 interceptions.
Okay, please don't try him, TJ. Know where he's at. Watch film. I trust
you, TJ, if you're listening.
I trust Harsin, and if Harsin trusts TJ, then I'm trusting TJ.
I'm gonna go Bobo. Bobo calls the plays. As far as I know, Bobo calls the plays. I don't think Harsin calls the plays.
Harsin doesn't. It's Bobo that calls the plays, but
never seen Harsin do anything on the sideline.
I don't trust Bobo either for whatever reason. Doesn't he go to Georgia?
Oh, wait a second. This could be a big game for Bobo. He came from South Carolina.
Okay. So shouldn't he know kind of their
this different coach though?
The head coach is new this year for them.
Frank Beamer wasn't there last year. Muschamp was there last year. Muschamp beat us last year.
Muschamp was there last year.
Muschamp beat us last year.
That feels like ages ago, honestly. That was
yes,
like
it does.
Week 2 of last season. Week 3.
3.
Yeah, that feels like generations ago. You're right. Muschamp was there. So yeah. Okay. So just he knows.
But maybe he can help maybe he can help Derek Mason.
Yeah, he should know the players. He should know their tendencies and stuff.
I don't remember anybody on that team from last year other than J.C. Horn.
Yeah, J.C. Horn.
And Sanders. Wasn't it? Sanders was defensive back. It was Deion's son, wasn't it?
No, I know they had a
There
guy
was somebody.
Jamias Williams or like Jameis Williams or something
I just remember J.C. Horn had 2 interceptions. I think it was 2.
against us.
Yeah, who's now on my Carolina Panthers. Get
He
well
was,
soon.
yeah, pick
Get
8.
well soon. Get well soon.
Yeah. Speaking
We
of,
need you back. We need you back.
you know who is back?
You know who's back. Superman's back.
He's gonna let you know that he's back too.
Starting this week.
Two plays, 2 touchdowns to start his Panthers career.
Somebody said, how much film did you watch? He said 2 touchdowns worth.
Yeah, I
I like that.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's like best.
He does not belong anywhere else other than Carolina.
Yeah. Panthers back to being my second.
And it's unbiased. Like the whole NFL world knows that.
Yes.
That's not just coming from a Carolina Panthers fan.
I'm so glad that the NFL community likes Cam and that nobody was like annoyed and just like stupid and annoying about Cam being back. That everybody was.
But I will say, I will don't normally like it, but I'll roll with the 2 quarterback offense until Cam fully learns the playbook.
Yeah.
PJ Walker
I do
looked really good.
I don't want to, and I like PJ Walker. I've been a PJ Walker guy. I liked the XFL, and I liked watching PJ Walker in the XFL. And I was one of his.
I do not like that. Do not like a 2 quarterback offense, but I'll take it right now.
Yeah,
I will not complain.
You don't want to rush Cam back out there and then have all these haters come back out if he kind of plays like a bad game due to not knowing the system.
But he's got the football team this week. He's got these next 3 or 4 games. I won't say there's no easy NFL game.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're playing the Jets, maybe. But
and then the Jets.
There's no
like the Titans trouble out of nowhere.
There's no easy game in the NFL, but I don't know. He's got the football team. Should be a little easier without Chase Young.
But they just went and like destroyed Tom
and it should be interesting with this being against Ron Rivera.
Riverboat Ron.
But yeah, Cam and McCaffrey in the backfield together is dangerous.
Cam and McCaffrey reunited.
Don't know who my favorite.
The defense.
Derek Brown. I love that man. So glad he was on Auburn.
I think he would make a massive difference on this year's team. Just adding another presence to that defensive line. And
all right, what's the defensive line going to look like with TD out for the first half?
Hopefully more Eku.
I don't think it'll be a problem since he was out for 3 weeks or 4, however long it was.
And I like Marcus Harris a lot, and I think Tony Ferris kind of came on a little bit and done some stuff.
Well, Tony Ferris come out and told the world how you have to tackle these days.
Yeah.
You have to ask the dude to lay down. Otherwise, it's targeting.
Yeah, because you literally can't do anything now. And
you cannot breathe on the man.
If you're an Auburn Tiger, you're not allowed to.
We're about to start playing flag football out here.
Yeah.
Go back to the recess days. Go back to the Yarborough recess days.
The Yarborough recess days? Nobody knows anything about that. But it's where champions were made.
Heck yeah. Coach Smith.
We used to go at it out there. But I think that Marcus Harris has really came on. Tony Fair has been really solid and just like kind of being honestly just a big body in the hole. Somebody
need one
move, and you get Zacoby and Owen. But what Owen? Where was he?
Not dressed out.
Yeah,
I noticed it in the third quarter.
I noticed it before the game because of the announcers.
Well, I didn't even open up Instagram before the game.
Yeah,
because I just wasn't thinking about it. So and normally that's where I see who's not here.
Wouldn't have ever thought that Owen's going to be out. There's no reason.
He came back against. I never saw him go off against A&M, but I may have missed it.
I didn't see him. I didn't notice him out against A&M either.
Maybe he'll be back this week.
Just
I haven't seen. I haven't seen anything.
If he plays against them, do you not think that adds somebody a fast linebacker?
I will say, if he plays against Mississippi State, we win that game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I know one player cannot make it different. Well, We saw against Georgia State, a player can make a difference in a game.
Yeah.
One player. But I think if he comes back, nothing against who was there. Not Chandler. Who's the other one? Was
Jacoby
it Steiner?
Steiner.
I don't know who came in.
It would have been.
I don't know
Steiner.
who it would have been.
Yeah, he was the one that came in.
No, I love Chandler Wooten
Yeah, Chandler Wooten.
and Jacoby.
Chandler.
Our
Jacoby.
top three, I love. Nothing against any of them.
I don't like Steiner so far. He's been out of position. I was looking at that Georgia State game. Steiner he made me mad a few times. Just he was on my Zion Puckett list. It was Steiner and Puckett made the anger levels rise during that just watching of the game on YouTube. But
yeah, should be a fun game for sure.
Should be, and then I'm not even gonna talk about 2 weeks from now yet because we don't have enough information to really.
We'll get there next week. We might have to make more than one next week.
Yeah, there may be the reaction to South Carolina based off what goes down.
There might be a reaction video or a podcast, and then a Bama podcast.
Let's hope that it's a Bama podcast filled with great hope and joy.
So depends on what happens this week.
I'm 0-2 in my in-person Alabama games. 2009, 26-21. Honestly, I think I feel like I remember you telling me that in elementary school that you were at that game and somebody jumped on somebody's shoulders illegally to bat the ball down in the end zone on a Hail Mary or something.
2009.
Yes, 26-21. Alabama's #1 in the nation, and we are playing spoiler, and we hold Mark.
I remember that score, but I don't remember that play. But I'll take your word for it.
That's something that's always stood out to me and made me even more mad about that game. It was do you remember where you sat or something? Because you said that it was either you or you.
It was sitting
right behind the end zone or something.
No, I wasn't sitting behind the end zone unless I was sitting with somebody. I was in the corner of the end zone. I was in section 46 probably. They sat there forever.
And it was something about somebody you're not allowed to use someone else to propel yourself up, and
yeah,
somebody used somebody else to jump and knock
probably
knock it away, and you didn't like.
You talking about a Bama player did that?
I didn't like that. Yes.
Oh,
the Hail Mary.
They could do whatever they want to.
We were throwing a Hail Mary, and
they could hit somebody in the head. They'll be all right with it.
That was back in 2nd grade, and then I went in 4th grade to the 2011 one, and we got beat 42-14. That was Trent Richardson cutback, Eddie Lacy cutback. It was.
We won't even talk about the 2012 one.
And then that was pathetic. 49-0.
Somehow they only dropped 49 on us. They were saving some.
Shameful, but not this year. This is the year. So let's hope TJ's focused. He's having fun.
I hope so.
He looks good in this one game system.
Hope so.
I think he's a dark horse to beat Alabama. Basketball.
Fun to watch.
That's about all it is right now. Not much to say on it besides
Jabari
maybe looked a little bit better in that first half against ULM, but keep in mind they did play LSU and only lose by 5 to LSU, so they're not a bad team. And Moorhead.
Who did?
ULM.
No, they didn't. They lost 101-39.
To LSU?
Yeah, Tuesday night they lost 101-39.
I heard they had only lost by 5.
I checked. That's not what I saw.
I had heard
ESPN app said.
Hold on.
Hang on.
I don't know what I heard then.
Hang on.
Let's.
I don't know what you heard either. Let me go find
I don't know
this.
what I heard and where I heard it, but that's what
Let me go find this.
That's what I've been rolling with is that Louisiana Monroe lost by 5 to LSU. I've either convinced myself of that or it's true.
Can you see that?
It's in reverse, but I see it.
101-39.
Maybe it was ULM only put up 39, and I heard ULM lost by 5.
ULM put up 39. Maybe this is what it is. ULM put up 39 against LSU total in the game. They put up 39 in the first half against us. I don't know if that's what you heard. Because they were up 39-37 at halftime. We were down 2.
Yeah. Okay. Never
But
mind.
then we outscored them by 30 in the second half.
Take away everything I just said. I had been under the impression that they lost by 5.
Maybe early in the game.
Wrong
Might
impression.
have been down by 5 earlier in the game.
They were down 5-0 at one point, but it didn't last long. Clearly.
How does that even happen?
I don't know, but Moorhead was a tournament team.
Yes.
Last year.
They won their conference championship.
I think that that's pretty impressive that we go out and dominate with a bunch of guys playing their first real game for the first time.
Wendell Green reminds me of Jared Harper.
Jared Harper, the logo guy himself. I was
waiting on a logo 3 this last game.
I know. Every single time he was touching, I was immediate like 3s to the hair from me, and then I was like, "What are you doing, buddy?" Okay.
I was waiting on a Devin Cambridge alley-oop too.
Yeah, I know.
He wanted him a couple of times, but nobody saw him.
It hasn't been his showtime yet, but that first game, Wendell Green shooting was showtime. And anytime Jabari
the second game was Jabari's double-double. So
yeah,
Jabari caught fire second half.
Anytime Jabari has it, it feels like it's showtime.
It did not feel like he had 23 points. I thought he had more.
Yeah.
Till I looked up and saw 23. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was a quiet 23. Zep Jasper goes on the Locked On Auburn podcast with Zach Blackerby, the host of that, and he talks like on Tuesdays, I think they do that, and he talks on there. And last week he talked about how he want him and Katie Johnson, when him and Katie Johnson are on the court, how that just feeds his energy, and like he just wants a better defense because
his defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, he talks about how he wants his defense to like make the crowd get hyped, and I love hearing that.
He pumped the crowd up a couple of times this last game.
His nickname's the Honey Badger.
Really?
That's what he says. He says that people call him the Honey Badger because of his defense. So that he's about to start selling some merch. He's like, give it a few games for the fans to kind of get to know me and my game, and then I want to see the Honey Badger merch, the Honey Badger Auburn merch in the stands. And so
see what it looks like. Might have to get some.
Might get the Zep Jasper a Honey Badger drip. But I like the new guards. I like KD. KD's a pretty good shooter from what it looks like. I hope he can get more consistent with it. I don't feel like this team has like an extremely consistent guy. Like Wendell's good for threes, but at the same time, I feel like
we don't have that Bryce Brown can knock the threes down yet.
Yeah.
No.
Because even Jared wasn't the most consistent. Like he was good. You could kind of feel when he was about to hit one, rather than Bryce Brown. Like no way this goes in, and then it just keeps on going in and in and in, and it doesn't feel
like against Kentucky in the Elite Eight.
Yes, that
was crazy.
Sweet 16. Everything besides that first game of that tournament, everything besides that one, ever since the Tennessee game and the SEC championship. That run was insane. Like all the threes, it was
12-0, 13-0 in March, something like that.
It was unbelievable. And
we lost in April, but we won't talk about that one.
Virginia double dribbled.
And then, of course, my sister Virginia had to wear a Virginia shirt to school on Monday.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't have many friends that day.
Yeah, I bet not.
She got yelled at. She got yelled at by a couple people. May or may not have been me.
She double dribbled.
Oh, definitely.
No, but
I think give KD time and he'll be that player.
Yeah,
especially with him only being a sophomore.
I think he has a lot of potential, and I'm really glad that he came to Auburn and didn't go anywhere else in the SEC.
His first game last year was against Auburn.
I know, and that game
he decided to go off for 20 plus.
Yeah, and they beat us. So I watched him on Jabari Smith's live the other day playing Madden.
Madden with Wendell. That was
I didn't see him
nuts.
play Madden with Wendell. I saw him play Madden with this other random dude, but I wasn't.
Oh, the bigger guy,
Yeah, I wasn't watching.
Ian or something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Did he
Kate, I
play
don't
Wendell
know.
before that?
He
On
played
live?
Wendell before. They were, yeah.
Who
It
won that?
was Wendell did, I think. But there was an argument about there was an argument. There was an argument about one of them went on the right difficulty. It was crazy. It was
I did hear
screaming forever.
Like KD was on all back, but Wendell was on pro or something.
Wendell was on pro. And he won. He won with the Cardinals, I think.
Honestly, I don't think it makes.
But Tank got on the live.
Tank did. Okay.
Yeah.
I've joined and somebody was on, but
Tank also saw my story today. So yeah, Tank also saw my story today. But
I saw that. That was awesome. And Bo. That's ridiculous. Bo has nothing to do. He's chilling.
Pretty much famous at this point. So
pretty much. I wasn't impressed with KD's Madden skills. He was the Rams, and the other dude was the Cardinals.
Hopefully his basketball skills are better.
Yeah, he's not that guy in Madden. And Jabari was live again today. I hopped on it.
I saw, but I didn't watch it.
I got in right kind of before we got on this, and it looked like they were playing 2K, but he had the camera on him and whoever was playing with him. And so it may have been another basketball player. I just don't remember who it was right now. But
yeah,
if they had it turned towards it, I may have tuned in for. I like these Jabari Smith video game 2K Madden lives, but yeah. So do you have any final thoughts? Any things you want to hit on?
Should be an interesting weekend. I don't know anything about South Florida.
I don't know anything about South Florida.
I don't know what to expect for the basketball game.
I know it's at Tampa though, so
let's see what the line is for that one.
You give me Auburn still, no matter what the line is.
Oh, definitely. I've never been more invested in the line of a game until Friday. We were a 26-point favorite. We're down 2 at halftime. We're up 25 with a minute left. We're a 26-point favorite. And the walk-ons come in. Dude in front of me was taking the under. I was taking the over. Walk-ons come in. I said, "Dang, you're about to get it." Who was it? Came in.
I think I don't know.
Who was it?
Was it Leor?
It wasn't Leor. It wasn't Chase. Hang on. I'll tell you who it was.
One of the skinnier ones.
Yeah, I'll tell you who it was. Hang on.
It was one of those skinny ones.
Leopard, Chandler Leopard, Leopard, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He hit it. Hits the 3. There's like 30 seconds left. No, there was like 40 left. We're up by 28. So we've covered. The ULM goes down the floor, puts up a shot, puts up a 3. Because then it would have been the under. They missed it. And we get the rebound with like 28 seconds left. I was like, it was nuts. There is no line yet. Or is there? I don't see one on the ESPN app.
I'm saying
we have a 63% chance to win this game.
Okay, so that means that they're a pretty good team. That means they're a 37% chance to win.
Yeah.
Or unless my math's
wrong. It's 63.1 to 36.9. So okay.
Yeah.
But their leading scorer is only averages 9.7 a game. And ours is Wendell with 17.
Does that mean that all of their scores though are at like 9?
I don't know how to tell.
I don't know, but I do know that
they South Florida's 2-1. Honestly, they beat Bethune-Cookman by 7. They beat them by 21 to start the season, and then lost to Georgia Southern 53-41.
Okay.
And then beat North Carolina A&T by 2. So
I don't
hard to judge.
It is hard to judge. I don't like the 36.1. Like if you're told that you have there's a 36% chance of death in something, that's kind of risky.
Exactly.
That's like a good 3-point shot like percentage. 36. I'm taking a 36% 3-point shooter, adding them to my team. It's like I'm bad at math, so I'm done speaking on math things. But
Yeah, it's not my strong suit. Yeah, I don't know why there's no line. Game is on ESPN Plus, so I don't know
yeah,
if you have that. You got to pay for that one.
I don't know how I've been able to watch. It's been on like SEC Network Plus.
SEC Plus, it's on SEC Plus and ESPN Plus. SEC Plus is free.
Okay, I was about to say,
ESPN Plus is like $8 a month. I've got it, so I can watch it.
SEC Plus.
Why?
Free. Like, why would they create an SEC Plus? Because I thought the SEC Plus was paid, and I was just like, we just must get it because I've been able to watch both games so far.
No, the SEC Plus comes with the SEC Network, but it's like it's not, I don't know. You don't have to pay for it, but the ESPN Plus has nothing to do with the SEC. It is straight ESPN, so you got to pay $6-8 a month. I don't know. My parents pay for it, so I'll be able to watch that one. I'm sure you can find some.
Did you pay for like just one game?
I don't think so. I have no idea.
Because I would pay to watch that game, but
yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully we go 2-0.
That's Friday.
Friday is 6.
Friday the 6th.
At 6.
Oh yeah, I was like Friday the 6th. That's forever.
The 19th at 6 p.m. And then we play again Wednesday at 1:30 against UConn in the Battle for Atlantis on ESPN. So
I think that we'll beat UConn, and I think that the nation.
Well, UConn's ranked.
I know. I think we'll beat them.
I haven't watched them yet. I'll do that this week when I'm done. We're 21, they're 23, so let's see who they've beaten.
Auburn by 70. And that still.
Well, they've played nobody. They don't play anybody until they play us. So kind of like our chances.
Yeah. We haven't really
they've played who is this? Central Connecticut, probably. Okay. Coppin State, and then they play Long Island.
Long Island might be kind of a somebody. I feel like that they sound kind of like a tournament.
Well, being that they're 0-2 and UConn has a 93% chance to win that game, I'm not buying it.
Okay, never mind them. They had the name of like a team that's randomly in like a tournament. Like
before they play us, they played Central Connecticut, Coppin State. They beat both of those. They play Long Island tomorrow night, and then they play Binghamton Saturday, and they play us. So I'm kind of liking our chances. They have not been put to the test until they play us.
Yeah, and they're gonna get hit in the mouth when we come out there.
We've been put to 3 tests now. That exhibition game was a test.
It was a definite test. We didn't play good.
We were down 9-0 before we scored.
Yeah. Okay. So
hopefully we go 2-0 this weekend.
2-0 this weekend is the goal. I went 0-3 this past week with Auburn taking an L, and then the Raiders getting absolutely put down by the Chiefs.
I didn't watch that game.
It was actually, we were down 27-14 in the fourth, and Deshaun Jackson decides to try and turn around after it's a definite touchdown if he just runs straight, but he decides to try and back juke on Tyrann Mathieu for some reason and gets a fumble.
Honey Badger.
Yeah. Zep Jasper's the real honey badger.
Jasper's the real honey badger.
So he tries to do that, and that's the momentum killer, and then they get like fake punts, and they're just padding stats, put up 41. But it was really like a 27-14, like weird back and forth type of a game till that point. Max Crosby was held like every play, but they called it once, and they called the most questionable one of them all. But then the Sixers took their 4th loss in a row. I went to that game. That was my first ever NBA game. I bought a $15 nosebleed ticket, moved like 10 feet from the bench because nobody was sitting there, sat next to the mascot's wife.
What?
Yes. And the mascot's wife loved that I lived up in Nashville, and this was my first NBA game, and I drove 3 hours and 30 minutes to get there and was driving back that night. And so she said, follow me, and I'm going to make this experience even better. I go on the court. I get to shoot
Yeah, I saw you on the court. I was like, how the heck is this man on the court without getting arrested?
$15 tickets. I'm on the court with the mascot's wife. I'm getting to shoot. I missed the shot. It does the Kawhi Leonard roll, but rolls off. I shoot a mid-range jumper. It's real fluid. It looks good. It's not. I was like once in a lifetime chance.
You know, I've never been to an NBA game, but I'm going to my first one this year.
Really? Who are you seeing?
Yep. Well, just take a guess.
I mean, it's the Hawks. Definite Hawks, and let me think. I feel like it's Sharif Okoro.
December 19th, I'll be in Atlanta for the Hawks-Cavs game.
Okay, that's not a bad one.
Sharif got his first bucket.
First bucket, and Okoro's still. He
started a couple weeks ago.
I don't know
if he played. He didn't start the other day.
Sexton's out for like the next month at least.
And they just lost Jared Allen.
Really? I didn't know that. But that
No. No, Jared Allen's on COVID, I think. Evan Mobley's out.
Oh.
Mobley went out with a wrist. I got an alert or something earlier today. I don't know. It's somewhere in my phone. But yeah, first NBA game will be Sharif versus Isaac.
That's
hopefully.
Let's hope Sharif plays. I think it's stupid that they haven't been.
That's right. Isaac played Monday night against the Celtics. He was the leading scorer at halftime with 10.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
And he finished with 12.
You know who I think could be in the league is Samir Dowdy, but
he's on
Magic's
G League team.
Magic.
I
think he could be in that
with Chuma.
Chuma's not on the G League team though.
No, but no, that's right. He rehabbed and he's back now.
Chuma and his like new haircuts playing. It's weird.
Really, I haven't seen him recently.
It's just back. It's not anything new since his NBA days, but it's just weird seeing him with Auburn without the Auburn hair of like the buzz cut. It's just not. Yeah. Jared Harper's been absolutely killing it in the G League still.
Yeah, I still don't know why he's not on an NBA.
He had like a 35-point game the other night, but
yeah. And JT Thor had a good game.
Thor's on the
Hornets.
Yeah, is he on their G League team or does he?
Yeah, he's on the G League team.
Because I saw him.
I was almost gonna go to the Hawks Hornets game as well, but not going to that one.
The Hornets, they're not too far away from me. I'm not sure how long of a drive it is, but it
was gonna be in Atlanta.
That's like a 6-hour drive, I want to say, from me, 6, 7.
To Atlanta?
Yeah, I think Charlotte maybe like 5, 6.
Well, I paid 20.
Auburn's a 4 hours, 30-minute drive for me, but
not too bad.
Not bad at all, really. And
I paid $22 for these nosebleed tickets, so we'll see if I end up on the court with Sharif.
Yeah, so what you got to do is
my goal is to get Sharif's jersey after the game, or Isaac's. We'll see which one.
Get there 50 minutes early. 50, not 50. Yeah, where they're
5-0.
Where they're out there shooting free throws and stuff, and then at least at the Pacers arena, the staff doesn't question like, "Hey, what are you trying to do coming down here?" That you just kind of walk down there, and then
you have to provide. I know I have to provide a COVID vaccination.
Yeah.
To go into the Hawks game. Did you have to do that for the Pacers?
No, but the Grizzlies game, I'm going to my second one on December 13th. I'm going to Sixers Grizzlies, which is also 3 hours away. Embiid didn't play the other night, and if you can kind of see it, he's over there. And there's his jersey kind of on the corner on the basketball.
I have a Koros. I'm pretty sure I'm getting Sharice for Christmas, but let's see.
Let's see what Santa does there.
Pretty sure I'm getting that one. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. It's like the top item on my Christmas list at the moment.
I plan on attempting to get those jerseys as well. I want an Okoro one, and I want to get a Sharif one.
No, I'm not gonna. I also have JT Thor and Okiki on my Christmas list, but
you already have. I
don't have them. They're on my list. Christmas list for this year.
I thought you just said you already have them.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of jerseys.
I wish that Jared Harper would like make a. You know, KT Harrell played for the Sixers for a while.
Really?
KT Harrell was on the Sixers summer league team one time and dropped like a 30-point game. And it was like one of the one summer league games I watched that year. And I was like, let's go. I thought he was about to make the roster, and then he didn't. I don't know how you can go from dropping 30 to just like, you know what? I don't think that you're good enough. Okay. Especially that was during the era when we were tanking. So KT Harrell wasn't good enough to be a part of the 10. I think he was too good for the 10-72 Sixers. I think that they think
Easily.
he would have won.
But now he's on staff, so.
Yeah. I've seen
Auburn
him down
staff.
there in like different videos and stuff. I was like, is that KT Harrell back there shooting with another guy? It wasn't like the camera was out of focus, but it looked exactly like him. I was like, there's no way that's not.
Yeah, he's on staff. I don't know what his role is, but he's on staff. I think he's a GA.
Probably so. I love KT. He was the culture change in Auburn basketball. Him and Simeon Bauer.
That was shot against LSU, the SEC tournament.
That changed.
That was crazy.
That changed fortunes around for.
I was at Caleb Fields' house for that one.
Really?
Yep. Right after school, we went home.
Who was he cheering for?
I don't think he cared.
Probably
Since
didn't.
it was basketball,
Yeah.
I don't know if he really cared.
I don't ever remember him loving basketball, but
yeah. Caleb, I know you follow us. Hope you're listening to this.
better be. But he better
Miss
be.
you, man.
I don't know what
Miss you,
minute
man.
mark this is, but this is in the deep. Like only our like avid followers are listening this far. Well, for the avid followers that are listening this far, I'm not sure if I have anything else. So unless you do,
War Eagle.
War Eagle. And that's going to end it for another War Eagle War Room, the second edition of the War Eagle War Room. Follow us on Instagram, and we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can listen there as well. You can't listen on Instagram, but the link to YouTube is in Instagram. So check us out. And we're done.